Off next to Newmarket for this Newmarket Equine Hospital handicap. There's a few non-runners have come out. Now, Priceless Jewel was already out. Jockey change, James Doyle's on the 4. That's Team and Legend. So James Doyle takes over from George Baker on Team and Legend. Jack Dexter, that'll be ground, has come out alongside Salumi and Priceless Jewel. Quite a few of the interesting ones that sadly have now come out. Galician, though, remains and is a 9-4 favourite from 11-4, 6-1 about Amadeus Wolftone, 8-1 Team and Legend, 9-1 Showflower, and it's 10-1 bar those. Galician has been busy, but she's backed up several good runs, done by the draw at Goodwood, and then bumped into a back to form smart filly of Roger Charlton's at Ascot last time out.
No, that was a really good run at Ascot. And yeah, take the Ascot run out and the Goodwood, then yeah, could arguably have won 4 of its last 6 starts, Galician, and has been an ultra consistent handicapper all season. Whether it's a 5-2 chance, I think is open to question, because there's several others in the race who arrive here in similar form. I saw Amadeus Wolf won by the narrowest of Amadeus Wolf Tone. That is not Amadeus Wolf. That'd be a fairly short price in this, I wouldn't it? Won nicely at won nicely for Connections at Salisbury, because it was backed absolutely off the board and got up by the shortest of short heads to win. But if it has now got the winning habit and found where the line is, I think he could be worthy of sport, because he travels really well through his races.
So you think he's worth the drop from 7 to 6?
Yeah, I think a fast run 6 will suit him perfectly.
Showflower's been in great form, hasn't she? She was beaten last time out at Newcastle, but that was another solid effort, and she wasn't beaten too far. If she could get a nice pace to run at, you wouldn't be surprised to see her involved again. She's in 15, though, over on the far side. Yeah,
that might worry us based on what we've seen today. They've largely been up the middle of the track. Going up £5 for that second last time, £5 to a sprinter is nothing. It's only just over a length in my book. So the fact that she's been in such good form, I don't think it's the weight that'll stop it. It's just the thing is, when they've been running that well and winning for so long, eventually they're going to run a poor race. So that would be my only concern, that the handicapper might just have caught up with her, simply because her improvement curve has now finished.
Team and Legend is in at 17-2. There's one just arriving down at the start. He hasn't won this season, but the truth is he's faced some pretty stern tasks.
I think they thought he was better than he was. Most of his career, I think they've thought he's better than what he was, and they just seem to have now decided to go down the handicapping route, which is going to be more productive, you would hopefully get a couple of wins by its name. But this is still really competitive stuff, and when horses have been overfaced for a while, sometimes even when they do drop in grade, they do find it a little bit difficult to win.
Do you know what I thought was a massive price was Alaskan Bullet? I know he's a 3-year-old. I know he's a sort of low mileage 3-year-old compared to some of the others, but I thought his run at York was quite a good one. It's not quite as hot a race as this, but that was over the minimum 5, and I just thought he was quite interesting stepping up in distance, but he's 20-1 outsider here.
Well, you saw something that I couldn't really see. He's a lightly raced type from a stable who you've got to respect, but yeah, why has he been so lightly raced? 3 months since he ran, and no support would suggest to me that there have been a few issues. So I'm inclined to let it go and watch it next time. Okay, if we miss out on the 20-1 winner, but I couldn't really see anything much against some informed horses where I'd want to back Alaskan Bullet.
Okay. Thought on that form line, the way he ran, he was overpriced, but he's out to 25s now, so it would appear not today. They are going behind. Poole Harbour's respected as well. Maybe he just found his level. Keep your eye on Orders for Rome, because he's quite a powerful 3-year-old, and although I don't think he's particularly well handicapped on that Epsom form, he is quite a good-looking horse. I was there at Epsom that night. I think there's loads more to come from him, but I do think £7 rise for that in a race like this is going to be just too much for him. But just you keep an eye on him with a view to a weaker race, a lower grade, because I think he will still step forward. So it's P+, but. Right, last couple going forward then. Galician's in stall 6, one of your fancies. Team and Legend about to go forward now as well. That's James Doyle on. That's a jockey change. That'll go into stall 12. Galician's 9-4. Amadeus Wolftone 6-1. Is that the one you like, Dave?
Amadeus Wolftone, I think, will travel really well in this, and I think the track and trip will suit him.
There's Orders from Rome, who's among the last two to go forward. Let's rejoin Derek.
Two are being led forward now. Hamza in the green and orange, you could well blaze it. And Orders from Rome, Nickel Nordblad, who's got a great strike rate here at the track. We're ready. 7 furlongs. They're off. They're racing. 12 runners away, and let's see where the pace is going to come from. Pale Orchid got a good start, but is steadied in the middle. Then towards the right, we've got Poole Harbour. Let's see. There's not much pace on early. Towards the left, Hamza normally blazes, has now come through in the blinkers to take them along. Fourth right, the grey horse, that's the favourite, Galician. White cap in the middle, Pale Orchid. Kathy Gannon has that in a very good pitch. On the right-hand side, we've got Poole Harbour. From the other one in the orange, Orders from Rome. The green yellow cross belts, Mr Red Clubs. The yellow with the black sash, Team and Legend, coming past the halfway stage. And a 4-way tie for the lead. This side with the blinkers, Hamza. White cap, we've got Pale Orchid. Cross belts, Mr Red Clubs. And on the right in the orange, Poole Harbour. Right behind this, the Godolphin Blue. Here comes Gold City, Michael Barcelona. Favourites under pressure and not picking up. Here comes Tierman Island, trying to get in the picture from a long way back. Gabriel's Lad stays on. Eddie Hearn looking for his third winner of the day. Plenty with chances now as they come towards the distance. Still Hamza, but can he keep going now? Here comes Gabriel's Lad. Eddie Hearn looking for his third win of the day. On the far side in third is Poole Harbour, but Hamza digs deep. He's repelling them all out there. Hamza and Jim Crowley win the Newmarket Equine Hospital Handicap in style. In second, Gabriel's Lad. Third on the far side, possibly Amadeus Wolftone in a photo with Poole Harbour. Last to finish, Alaskan Bullet.
It's a win for Hamza, who scores for Kevin Ryan and Jim Crowley. Second, I think Gabriel's Lad, then Poole Harbour, though it's pretty close. Keep your eyes on the horse in the red and white. That's Amadeus Wolftone, who's going to travel well, but perhaps not get the clearest of runs. It's turned into a pretty competitive but open handicap in the end, Dave.
I'm wondering whether they've gone a bit slower than Amadeus Wolftone certainly wanted, because the jockey's obviously wanting cover and to hold this horse up, and he doesn't quite get the gap and has to switch round when he's going, but you can see he's tanking in behind. I think he's the unlucky story of the race. The favourite was very disappointing, really. Galician, just wonder whether that horse has now reached the end of a good run, which has gone on for quite some time, although it's a tough thing to call Johnson also. See, this is where Amadeus Wolf has to do the diagonal and switch round, and I think the ground that he lost there, Tierman Island didn't get any sort of run. So this has ended up being a roughish race for those on the middle to far side as we look at them, and it's left the way through for Hamza, who I hadn't really considered and certainly didn't think might win a race this competitive that comfortably. But I think it's because of half of the field have been getting in each other's way for most of the race, and that's presented the opportunity for him.
Yeah, and you only have to see the way that both Amadeus Wolftone and the eventual fifth Galician have run and finished to get a sense of how the pace was slow, then quickened up. Galician was nicely positioned, got completely outpaced, then ran on again to be fifth. Hamza 14-1 for Kevin Ryan. Gabriel's Lad 14s in second, and Poole Harbour was third at 10-1. That time was the quickest of the day so far, 1:10.42. That's plus 2.2, just above standard.
feature race at Newbury today was the Group 2 Hungerford Stakes. It looked very much like a case of daylight robbery from this man who's with me now, Adam Kerr.